welcome Kevin Kelling with his speech, Leadership Styles.
Have you ever been signed up to do a talk you didn't want to do? This is one of those insipid talks. It was in the manual, I have to do it. Every day since I signed up last week, I wanted to hit delete on that button on the website so I would not have to talk. And then I remembered a talk given at the leadership training for Toastmasters, which was fantastic in general, but this talk about leadership really annoyed me. So I am ripping up the script and I'm doing my own talk about leadership. We're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about the conventional wisdom of leadership. That's what they talked about at the Toastmasters thing, an element of truth, but I don't buy it. Secondly, I'm going to talk a little bit about the little survey I took in my Toastmasters pace setting thing, or training thing, pathways, that's the word, I forgot the word. And then third, I'm going to talk about situational leadership, which is where I think is the best opportunity to be a great leader. What is conventional wisdom around leadership? It's that notion that a particular personality type will fit a particular role better than other people. Now, this is somewhat true. There's some wisdom in that. For example, if any of you are familiar with the DISC test, the DISC profile, there's the D, the dominant personality. This is the person that's quick, decisive. They make decisions quickly and move on to the next thing. Those are great leadership qualities. And they don't listen well typically. They will do their own thing and can blow up a team at the same time. It's very situational to who is going to be effective. It depends on not so much the role, but who the person is. Typically, a great leader knows what they don't do well. So if they're leading an organization or a group, they are going to bring people around them that will fill in where their weak spots are. If they're unaware, then they're going to have problems because they're going to work out of their strengths and their weaknesses will be at the table too, unaddressed. Let me give you a brief example of this. I worked for a small community bank a few years ago, got to oversee the team for a while, and I had my sales manager, we need to go find some people who are extroverted to give some leadership on our team to get out of the office and go talk to a realtor or somebody, just get out of the office and go do something like that. So we found what I thought was the perfect person. If the range of introversion and extroversion was this to this, he was here. He was all the way over here, and we thought, man, we got it. And a wonderful personality could come in and light up the room and bring a tremendous energy. Well, a few months later, we fired him. Why? Well, he might have had all of this over here, but there's also personal maturity. And can he sustain that? And so his personality was so big, you felt it whether he was all happy or all sad. And in the 10% of the time when he was not all happy, yes, the sky is falling, and I want you to feel it too. Have you experienced that? And in that space, he would say things to clients and other bank employees. I actually had to hang up on him one time, which is not my norm. Was he maybe the right personality type? Maybe, but it's really more about the person. And in this book, which is actually about introverts, it gives an example that in a sales calling environment, an introvert actually does better. And you're like, how could that be? Well, it's because the extrovert is great at making that personal connection with people. I'm quite jealous of that, to be honest. That they can really feel a connection with people quickly. But sales is a tough job. And what will happen is the extrovert will burn out and get sick of it because there'll be enough rejection, and the introvert is more likely just to keep at it. Make the next call, make the next call. Conventional leadership, I think it's worth paying attention to, but it's not that effective. My leadership style came out of the manual, and my top score is the democratic style. The style relies on consensus decision making. I'm comfortable allowing others to occasionally take the lead. The leader motivates by providing opportunity for participation, and this leader uses collaboration and communication to receive input from other team members. And this style is ineffective when time is limited or if team members do not have knowledge or expertise to make quality contributions. My least favorite and bottom there's several different styles here: democratic, pace-setting, authoritative, innovative, coaching, altruistic. But my least favorite is the bureaucratic. This leader stringently establishes and enforces rules. The leader's decisions are absolute and demand immediate compliance. They motivate by discipline and demands immediate compliance. And this leader engages in top-down interactions. As you might imagine, that's not an effective leadership style in many situations. And yet, we all operate under that. Any of you who have been a parent or a babysitter, you've tapped into that bureaucratic leadership style. No, do not go down those stairs. Stop. We can all be quite bureaucratic in our leadership style. There's different styles. They all bring strengths and weaknesses. But this leads me to my third point, is the key is to be situational in our leadership, to be the kind of person someone needs in a scenario to help them be better. That's, in my mind, what a true leader is. So, for example, I was working for the same bank. We had a person on our team that whether she was working on 60 loans to close that month or 16 loans to close that month, always busy, never a spare moment for anything. I brought it, and I had no patience for it. I brought in an operations manager, and he was pretty good at this. He paid attention to what she needed. And what she needed was occasional compliments, and when she got that, then all of a sudden got much more motivated, much more happy. I was not such a good leader in that moment because I was like, you're acting bad and I don't care and you're just, I want you out of here. I want to be, that's simplistic. But that is a good example of a great leader bringing out the best in someone else. So when you think about leadership, you think about the people in your life, family, coworkers, clients, whoever you're working with. Who is it that you can step in and give leadership in the way that they need it so that they can be better people? That, in my mind, is great leadership.
Let's have 90 seconds on the clock.